At first glance, it looks like something that shouldn't exist on Earth, a river flowing through the jungle, glowing bright red, yellow, green, and deep crimson at the same time. In some places, the water seems to run over a carpet of living fire. In others, it looks like liquid blood slowly moving between ancient rocks. Photos of this place often go viral online because people assume they must be fake. Many think the colors were added with filters or created with CGI. But the truth is far more fascinating. Hidden deep in the remote wilderness of Colombia lies a river so strange, so colorful, and so unique that scientists consider it one of the most extraordinary ecosystems on the entire planet. For only a few months every year, the river explodes into color and transforms into something that looks less like a river and more like a moving painting created by nature itself. This place is called Caño Cristales. And once you understand why it turns blood red, you'll realize why many people call it the most beautiful river in the world. Part 1. Where this river is. Caño Cristales flows through a remote region of Colombia known as the Serranía de la Macarena National Park, an isolated mountain range surrounded by dense jungle and vast plains. This region is incredibly unique from a geological perspective. The mountains here are believed to be some of the oldest exposed rock formations on Earth, with origins dating back more than 1 billion years. For most of the year, Caño Cristales looks like a normal clear river. The water runs over smooth stone channels, carved slowly by time, forming small waterfalls, natural pools, and narrow streams that wind through the rocky landscape. But beneath the surface of this seemingly ordinary river lies something extraordinary. Hidden along the riverbed grows a rare aquatic plant that exists almost nowhere else on Earth. And when the conditions are exactly right, this plant transforms the entire river into a living display of color. The transformation is so dramatic that travelers who see it for the first time often struggle to believe it's real. Part 2. Why the river turns red. The intense red color of Caño Cristales does not come from minerals, mud, or pollution. Instead, it comes from a remarkable aquatic plant called Macarenia clavigera. This plant grows attached directly to the rocky bottom of the river. For most of the year, it remains relatively dull in color, blending quietly into the environment. But during a specific window of time, something extraordinary happens. When the river's water level, sunlight exposure, and temperature reach the perfect balance, the plant begins producing vibrant pigments. Suddenly, large areas of the riverbed burst into deep shades of red, pink, orange, and crimson. The plants spread across the rocks like living carpets, creating flowing patterns beneath the crystal-clear water. Because the water itself is so transparent, these colors appear incredibly vivid from above. Sunlight reflects off the moving surface of the river and amplifies the effect, making the colors seem almost unreal. From certain angles, it truly looks as if the river itself has turned into liquid fire. Part 3. The perfect conditions. One of the most fascinating things about Caño Cristales is that this transformation only happens under very precise environmental conditions. If the water level is too high, the plants remain hidden beneath the surface and receive too little sunlight to produce their vibrant pigments. If the water level is too low, the plants can dry out and stop growing entirely. The transformation only occurs when the river reaches a delicate middle state, when sunlight can penetrate the water, but the plants remain fully submerged and healthy. This usually happens between June and November, when seasonal rainfall creates exactly the right balance between water flow and sunlight exposure. During these months, the river becomes a living mosaic of color. Red plants weave between golden sands, green algae patches, and black volcanic rocks, creating swirling patterns that look almost like abstract artwork painted by nature. Part 4. A natural painting. What makes Caño Cristales so visually extraordinary is the incredible contrast between colors. The riverbed is not just red, it's a mixture of yellow sand, emerald green algae, deep black stone, and the bright red Macarenia plants. As water flows over these surfaces, the colors blend and shift with the movement of the current. Small waterfalls ripple over glowing red vegetation. Pools reflect the sky above. Narrow channels twist through colorful rock formations carved over millions of years. From above, the entire landscape resembles a living canvas, constantly moving, constantly changing. This is why many photographers and travelers describe Caño Cristales as the river of 5 colors. And despite how surreal it looks, every shade is created naturally by the ecosystem itself. Part 5. A fragile ecosystem. Despite its beauty, Caño Cristales is also extremely fragile. The unique plants that give the river its famous color are highly sensitive to environmental disturbance. Changes in water flow, pollution, or excessive tourism could easily damage the ecosystem. For many years, the area remained almost completely inaccessible due to regional conflicts in Colombia. Ironically, this isolation helped protect the river from human impact. Today, strict regulations limit how many visitors can enter the park and where they are allowed to walk. Travelers must follow specific routes and are prohibited from wearing sunscreen or insect repellent in the water to avoid harming the delicate aquatic plants. These protections help ensure that the river continues to exist in its extraordinary natural state. Part 6. Why people call it the most beautiful river. Many natural landscapes around the world are impressive, but very few combine such intense color, unique geology, and rare biological conditions in a single location. That is why Caño Cristales is often described as the most beautiful river in the world. It's not just the colors themselves, it's the way the entire environment works together to create something that feels almost impossible. Ancient rock formations form the foundation. Clear mountain water provides the perfect environment. Rare aquatic plants create the vibrant colors, and sunlight transforms the entire river into a glowing spectacle. Together, these elements create a landscape that looks more like digital art than a real place on Earth. But unlike a painting, this masterpiece is constantly moving and evolving. Caño Cristales reminds us that nature still holds places capable of surprising even the most skeptical observers. In an age where we are surrounded by digital effects and artificial imagery, landscapes like this challenge our instincts. When we see a river glowing bright red, our first reaction is to assume it must be fake. But sometimes reality is far more creative than anything humans could design. Deep in the Colombian wilderness, water continues to flow over ancient rocks while living plants paint the riverbed with color. No filters, no CGI, no special effects. just sunlight, water, time, and one of the most extraordinary ecosystems on Earth. And somewhere right now, hidden in the jungle, the river is still turning red.